What should you do first in Illuvium Zero, right? So first thing we need to talk about is that there will be two phases of the game's launch, the alpha and the full launch that comes along with the Illuvium overworld. Now, in terms of time frames, the alpha will hopefully come out sometime in September, if not maybe October. Obviously, please like and subscribe. We don't know if that's confirmed. Anyways, the full launch will come with the Illuvium overworld. Timeframes for that are a lot more blurry. I am hoping for this year, but there's a good chance in Q1 in 2023 is when we might see that. So there's potentially plenty of time before that happens, but we cannot guarantee that. So we have to keep that in mind when we're discussing the first things to do in Illuvium Zero. So in the alpha, what should we be doing? We need to focus on minting as many blueprints as we possibly can. Now, what is a blueprint? A blueprint is essentially the ability to craft a cosmetic item for use in the game. Now, they will not have advantages in terms of skill stats or any of that sort of stuff, but they will be limited since these are the only ways to get these blueprints so that you can craft something like Ramfire armor or Ramfire weapon skin or Mozart skin that makes it look like Ramfire. You get the point. You get to craft these cosmetic items, and cosmetic items have been some of the biggest revenue generators in all other game franchises or notable ones in recent times, things like Fortnite, not Pokemon. You get the point. It's a big market, so having a slice of it is extremely valuable. Now, how you will get these blueprints, once you're on the plot of land, you'll have to scan for the Alluvials. Say you find an Atlas or an Axodon. You will then have to research the blueprint. Both of these instances have a chance to fail, and we will need to navigate those analytics, and obviously I'll be making content on the channel surrounding that. Now, these blueprints can be used to infinitely mint these skins. Now, you can sell the blueprint or the skin you create with it. Either way, you're probably going to turn a slight profit. Now, but that's not important. What this suggests to me is that we should be going for the rarest possible blueprints. Since most people will be getting the easy ones, the rare ones will be particularly scarce. Now, I think it might even be worth it if you spend all your time going for that 5% chance on a Ramfire blueprint and then you manage to get it. That is going to be one of the most valuable NFTs in the entire Illuvium ecosystem moving forwards, especially since after the alpha finishes, you will not be able to get that specific Ramfire blueprint any other way anymore. Anyone who managed to get one will have it. They could be very useful, okay? So definitely keeping that in mind. The other thing you need to consider is the most popular Alluvials. So if you have a choice between a lot of T1 Alluvials, which are potentially easier to get, you're going to want to make sure to pick the really popular ones. Things like Scarabok, Rampier, or Atlas. And you go to the higher tiers, you've got things like Axodon, Ramfire, Titanor. Make sure you're going for those popular Alluvials. It's definitely going to bode well for you in the future. But maybe some of the less popular ones could be good too, because not many people are going for them. So all things to consider. Now, the other thing we need to talk about is to ignore fuel as much as you can. Until the main game comes out, fuel is practically worthless, and everyone's land will be reset when the main game comes out. So if you don't need it, don't bother with it, focus on blueprints. The other thing we need to discuss on that is city construction. Now, do not ignore this. The idea for this is going to be to build up your city as quickly as you can, getting blueprints along the way, up until your city is at a point where you can get as many blueprints as that plot of land possibly can every single day. Once it hits that point, you've pretty much got nothing left to do but do blueprints, because everything else is going to be reset anyways. But until you can get as many blueprints as possible, for example, it might start off as one blueprint every day. You have the resources to get, but as you build up your city, maybe you get 2 per day and so on. But maybe the city has a pretty hard cap on the amount of blueprints you can get. At that point, if you're getting more resources than you need, it's probably not worth your time and effort, but you never know. There might be other things that come with it. So once you do that, that is the goal. Get as many blueprints as you can. Make sure they're popular. Make sure they're cool Alluvials, and make sure they are rare. I think that will be really interesting. I feel like you'll have the opportunity to buy those less rare blueprints off of the marketplace, the Alluvidex later on. But the really rare ones, you're going to want to acquire them yourself. All right. Have a good day, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. See ya.